Currently in our area, 62 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, mostly cloudy, high 77. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 59. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds. High 78. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app. Real-time radar and maps that let you track all the action. Exclusive storm coverage to keep you informed. Landfall cameras and live interactive chats with our weather experts. And so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Download now to start your free 7-day trial.
Good morning, and thank you for staying with us as we continue to track Lee on its trek north into Canada. But here on the Maine coast, we're certainly feeling, quite literally feeling the impacts. I'm Justin Michaels. We're in Cape Elizabeth. That is Portland Headlight back there, one of the most iconic lighthouses on the East Coast. And we're seeing some intense winds here, 20 to 30 mile per hour. They might be gusts, but I'll tell you what, they're pretty darn close to being sustained because it is quite windy here along the Maine coast. And looking out along the Rocky Coast, you can see from time to time we see those massive, almost house-sized waves come up and spray all over the place. I hope you get to see one while we're live this morning because it is a beautiful, but although that's not too bad, but they get bigger than that, I promise, as the swells are coming in off of the Atlantic, as Lee continues to move off to the north and then eventually northeast. As far as some of the buoys out there in the Atlantic, they're seeing 20 and 30-foot waves out there. Now, we're not seeing that coming inland so far, but I'll tell you what, it is having an impact out offshore. And the impacts we're feeling here, again, the winds are the most predominant ones. We're really not expecting too much rain here in the greater Portland area. And to give you some perspective where Cape Elizabeth is, if you look at a map, just east, southeast of Portland by 2 miles, you find Cape Elizabeth. And Cape Elizabeth is a residential community that feeds into the greater Portland area, that beautiful coastal city here in Maine. Something you'll find when you're in Portland, Maine, is a long-standing tradition, Becky's Breakfast Restaurant. It's open 24 hours a day. And we caught up with Becky's sister, Millie, yesterday about kind of the excitement around storms that come. Because remember, this is New England. These are hardy coastal people. So when storms come to town, they don't shut everything down, including Becky's. Listen.
We're getting prepared for being busy because everyone will come to the waterfront to check their boats. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody that's coming down to make sure everything's okay. And as far as our property, we've been watching the storm and we noticed that the high tide is not going to be at a time when the storm is strongest. So we should be absolutely fine, but we do have a cover over our porch. So we're hoping that the winds don't lift it up and take it away. It has done that before.
You hear Millie there talking about the winds. There is concern about these winds because they are quite intense. And when those gusts come in, if you have anything like a covered porch or something out there, for cover, for whether it's restaurant goers or even your home, of course, these types of winds, especially the gusts, can lift things right off of your home. So preparations were well underway yesterday and in the last several days. Kelly, as a matter of fact, we know multiple marinas here along the Maine coast took all their boats out of the water. And that might not seem like a very big feat. One marina alone, Spring Point, took 450 boats and dry docked them on land to get them away from their docks and out of the water because of the winds and the swells we're talking about coming in off of the Atlantic because of Lee. So, Kelly, a lot of preparation, but the good news is as Lee moves forward, I know the tropical storm warning expires here today at 1:15 this afternoon. Kelly, into you.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the best news of all, right, Justin? We salvaged the second half of the weekend looking so much better than the conditions today, although it is quite a sight to see the waves crashing off the rocky coast of Maine. And yes, those waves are going to continue to be very big today and even tomorrow once Lee passes by. It takes a while for things to calm down. Here's a look at where Lee is right now, moving toward the north at 25 miles an hour. Expected to make a landfall in Nova Scotia early this afternoon, but those rain bands go well to the north and west, extending all the way back to the New England coastline. It's been knocking out the power with these stronger wind gusts over 50, even 60 miles an hour. That was in Dennis, Massachusetts, a gust to 62 there. Chatham, you're seeing some rain. Boston, Logan Airport, seeing some rain as well. Portland, you're kind of in between. You just got the cloud cover. But look at this massive rain band that's coming in down east Maine, up around Bar Harbor. You are certainly in for some not only heavy rain, but typically the stronger winds come in with those heavier rain bands as well. So with the winds, you know, at least 39 miles an hour, it is likely that we see some power outages for parts of Maine and Cape Cod. Also elsewhere that's possible. We've got a hurricane watch because the hurricane force winds are still possible when it comes ashore, and then tropical storm warnings, they are still in effect, Molly, as Justin just mentioned, all the way till the middle of the afternoon.
Travel is going to be a big issue today, Kelly, especially if you're taking a flight out of Logan. That's where we have over 200 flights that have already been canceled. Right now, there's 22 delays, but I do expect those numbers to go up, especially as the winds get stronger over the next couple of hours. Portland, we could see some delays at your airport as well, maybe some of our New York City airports. And the I-95 corridor, rain, wind, at least for the first half of the day, we get towards the evening, and things should be improving in a big way. We'll be right back.
The Lab is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. When the unthinkable happens, good neighbors show up. For 100 years, State Farm has been among the first to arrive. With the latest technology and tools to help you recover faster. State Farm has been there before. And we'll be there again and again. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The moment you know, you've got lunch in the bag.